Hello and welcome to another installation of Motivating Moments. I am Pastor Gary Bush. Delighted that you've taken this time to tune in. Come on in, sit a spell, take your shoes off. You can come back later, like next week. Okay, but today we're talking about unity of the faith, and we derived that theme from the book of Ephesians, chapter number 4, verse number 13, and it reads, it says, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. And the reason we need to be unified in the faith is answered in verse number 14, so that we are not tossed to and fro, carried about by every wind of doctrine that blows into town. And so God has equipped us with things that will help us to unify in the faith. In verse number 11 of that same chapter of Ephesians, it talks about people gifts that God has given you. He's given you apostles, evangelists, prophets, pastors, and teachers. And these are people that God has taken off their agenda, put them on a godly agenda to help the saints of God. And then verse number 12 tells us why he gave them. He says, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, and for the edifying of the body of Christ. Now the perfecting of the saints has to do with the maturing of the saints. And so God has placed people in your life to teach you the word, preach the word to you, demonstrate the word to you, so that you can follow the model of Christ and be mature. Being mature means that you know your responsibility and you handle your responsibilities without supervision. And so it is a good witness, a good testimony of Christ when you know what Christ requires of us, what we are to do in any given situation, and to do like the wristband said some years ago, WWJD, what would Jesus do? And so maturity is absolutely necessary, because mature people can get along. And so that's why I advocate for you to go to Bible study, go to church, spend time with the saints in fellowship so that you can mature. And when you mature, you have time to associate and become one. So I want to encourage you this week. Attend your Bible study, attend your worship sessions, and be one with the body of Christ. As always, I'm Pastor Gary Bush. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week.